What will your baby get into once he's crawling, walking, able to climb? It's hard to tell, and that's why it's important to baby-proof your home. Making a house baby-safe means ensuring that whatever he might try to open, pull on, or play with won't hurt him. The following video will explain some ways to baby-proof your house, how to pick out the correct babysitter, and crib safety.
This video is an easy way to baby-proof your home in only a couple hours. Make sure to set aside a day to baby-proof your home to protect your young one.
First, you need to recognize if you have any cleaning products in your lower cabinets, like this one. This is a big no-no for your baby. He can get into anything, and this could kill him. So you need to make sure you put it up here in a high-reach place. And if you don't have anywhere, then use one of these to lock up your cabinets so you can ensure safe stuff for your baby. The same goes for drawers. If you have anything like plastic bags, which are actually suffocation hazards for your baby, you need to move them or throw them away into a safe location. And then also, if you have any sharp knives or anything, you need to make sure you try to lock them up or keep them out of reach of harm from your baby.
If you have minerals or vitamin supplements, make sure to keep them up high in a cabinet or locked away because your baby might take them thinking they're candy, like up here.
If you're cooking and you have a toddler, make sure to use the back burners so that way they don't try to reach what's on the stove and burn themselves. You may want to place choking hazards such as magnets up too high. Last, unplug small appliances, toasters or coffee pots when not in use, but don't let the cords dangle.
If you haven't done so, pick up these items for your kitchen. Latches for cabinets that contain harmful products, non-skid pads for rugs so your rugs don't slip, and stove knob covers for your stove.
The living room. Falls and collisions with furniture are the biggest dangers to your baby in this room, so you'll want to add cushion corner guards or edging to coffee inside tables, bars, and any other sharp cornered surfaces. Baby might also get the idea to climb on furniture. Move everything away from your windows so baby can't climb up and fall out. Your baby might get the idea to climb up on furniture such as bookshelves, so make sure you mount your bookshelves to the wall. Attach your TV securely to an entertainment center or table so your baby can't pull it down on itself.
You also want to think about getting cordless blinds because if the baby gets a hold of them, he could strangle himself. And for pictures, you might want to get something that can support heavy weight so the baby doesn't touch them or anything and they'll fall down on them.
Now it's time for the nursery. Chances are you've done a lot of baby proofing by now, but there are some things you should ask yourself before letting your baby sleep in there. One thing you need to ask is your baby's crib safe? Chances are if it's new then you're fine, but hand-me-downs older or at least 5 years old may not meet current safety requirements. For example, crib bars must be no more than 2 3/8 inches apart.
Remember that until baby is older than 6 months, he could potentially suffocate on bedding such as pillows and blankets as well as stuffed animals. Save them for toddlerhood and remember to lay him on his back to sleep, which helps prevent sudden infant death syndrome. You should also make sure his sheets and mattress fit tightly.
Some additions to your shopping list that you might want to make is a thick piece of carpet to help cushion falls if your baby falls out of its crib, a safe toy box, ideally an open bin. Boxes with heavy lids can trap your baby's head, so you want one that's an open bin. UL listed night lights and replacement bulbs, finger pinch guards or hinges for hinges and doors. A baby monitor. This will get you up in the middle of the night if your baby needs you for a diaper change or even for a bottle.
Next is the bathroom, which is one of the most crucial pieces of advice. Do not leave your child alone in the bathroom. Don't do it. Don't even think about it. On cabinets, use locks, such as this one, and whenever you're giving your baby a bath, feel the water temperature so it's not too hot or too cold. And even if you hear the phone ringing, get your kid out of the bathtub because they can drown in only a few inches of water. And for like on your shopping list, definitely latches for your medicine cabinets. Get a toilet lock and a thermometer to measure a baby's bathwater to make sure the temperature is safe. Clear cosmetics and shampoos off sink and tub ledges as they pose a poison risk. Now that you've covered the big tasks, it's time to cover the small ones. Place safety gates by stairways and hallways so the baby doesn't go up and fall on them.
Make sure all your houseplants are of the non-toxic variety. Some houseplants are extremely toxic and can even kill your baby.
Make sure to vacuum regularly so your child doesn't choke on anything dirt-wise and hair-wise on the floor. Finding a babysitter. Every once in a while, it's nice to go out. Once you decided that it's time to go out and let your baby at home, make sure you find the perfect babysitter. The best place to start looking is within the community you know, your church, local schools, your workplace. Once you have some names, it's important to check references. These may come from teachers, youth group leaders, or from other families who have used the sitter. When you contact families the sitter has worked for, ask how many kids they have. Also find out if they have ever had any problems with the way the sitter interacted with their children.
Check your sitter's qualifications against these characteristics recommended by the American Red Cross Babysitters Training Program. First aid, CPR training, maturity, good judgment, common sense, friendly personality, responsible, non-smoker, healthy, neat, and organized. But beyond any qualifications, go with your heart. Do you trust this person with your child? Invite the sitter over to ask questions and see how he or she interacts with your children. This type of interaction shows how much your prospective sitter likes kids and if he or she is open to your methods of parenting. Be sure to ask about the sitter's training in first aid or CPR. Discuss what he or she may do in certain emergency situations. A competent sitter will be able to answer these questions and prove he or she can handle the job. If the babysitter is a long-term sitter, then for the first 1 or 2 times he/she watched your children, it is even a good idea to stay at home and work on personal things like a hobby or work and let the babysitter watch the kids. That way you can always check up on how the babysitter is with your children. After you have this type of meeting with the sitter and have decided it's time to go out, you should have him or her come to your house a half hour before you leave to go over all emergency issues. As a parent, it is your job to leave emergency telephone numbers like neighbors in a local poison control center. Also, make it clear to the babysitter when they get there that they are there to watch your child, not the computer screen. Make sure that they know you do not want them texting, watching TV, or playing on the computer while they are there. Even answering a couple of texts takes their focus off your child, and your child could get harmed in the matter of a couple of seconds. If they put in a movie that is for your children that is acceptable, they are there to care for your children, not take advantage of the extra cash. During the evening, be sure to call home, especially if you are not easy accessible. Call home at a time when you may be able to head off a potential problem, such as a half hour after bedtime when the kids may be refusing to go to sleep. You could always suggest some ways to the sitter to convince them that it's their bedtime. Once you get home, ask the babysitter some questions. It's okay to be antsy to get back to see your children and how the evening went with the sitter. When you get back, ask the sitter questions like how their behavior was, if they went to bed on time, or if they were in any trouble. Asking questions like this can help you, as a parent, get a feel for how the night went and if you want the sitter back again. Once you have successfully found a babysitter, keep them, and when you want to go out again, have them come over about 15 minutes early to go over the routine and ask them how the night went after you get home.
Keep windows and outside doors locked, and do not open them to see who is there. Make sure not to offer any information over the phone so people do not know that you are alone. Make sure to keep the TV volume on low so you can hear a cry from the child if he needs your help or she needs your help while she's sleeping. Babies cry, but some cry more than others. If you are babysitting, the baby won't stay calm. Shaking a baby can cause serious brain injury or even death. Shaken baby syndrome is a serious brain injury that even a little shake can cause the baby harm. If you get too frustrated about the crying baby, try leaving the baby in a safe place like a crib and go outside for about 5 minutes to cool down. Remember, the baby will die from being shaken, but he won't die from being left in his crib. Over 300 babies die every year from being shaken in the U.S. Don't be one of these people to take a baby's life. You can be thrown in jail and even kill your own child. Never leave the young child alone while he or she is awake. Check on the child occasionally while they are sleeping. Never leave the baby unattended at a changing table, in a high chair, in a bath, or walker. Use safety straps whenever they are available. Young children are known to roll off of changing tables within a couple seconds. Mr. Lewis was changing his daughter one day, and he turned around to get a diaper, and she ended up rolling off the table. Everyone's okay now, but now he knows to keep all the changing products in front of him, so that way you can't take your eyes off your baby for even the split second.
Did you know every year over 3,000 babies in the U.S. die from sudden infant death syndrome? And a way you can prevent this is by laying your baby in the crib on its back.
Make sure your baby's crib slats are 2 3/8 inches apart. If they are not, then get a different crib because your baby's head can go through the crib or its legs can get stuck, and that can cause death.
When looking for a crib, make sure it has no more than 2 3/8 inches of width, about the width of a soda can, between crib slats so that the baby's body cannot fit through the slats. No missing or cracked slats. No corner post over 1 16 inches high so that the baby's clothing cannot catch. No cutouts in the headboards or footboards so the baby's head cannot get trapped. No missing, loose, broken, or improperly installed screw brackets or hard wire on the crib or mattress support. Walker Reinhardt's brother, when he was little, his crib broke and the mattress tilted and it got Hampton stuck in the crib. Luckily, he was okay and is in good health. These are all hazards that can cost your baby's its life.